Okay, you all, we back. So this is part two. This is part two. We're almost done. So we left off at verse 14 where it said, I know that whatsoever God doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And God doeth it that man should fear before him. That which has, verse 15. Now we're going to stop at 14 because we need to read what this verse is talking about. And so, what this verse is talking about is what is the purpose of life? It is that we should fear the all powerful God. To fear God not mean to cringe in terror, but to respect, reverence, and stand in awe of God because of who He is. Purpose in life starts with whom we know, not what we know or how good we are. It is impossible to fulfill your God-given purpose unless you rever God and give Him first place in your life. That's what that verse 14 is talking about. And so 15, um, let me see. I might have to check my life application study Bible for 15 because they don't give a clear reference on 15. So let me look and see if it says something in here. Sometimes when this study Bible don't give you a clear reference on something, I go to the other one. So let's go to 15. No, this one don't give a clear reference either. So, and this is the life in the spirit. So sometimes I just switch Bibles, but it don't. So we're gonna skip over to verse 16 where he says, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. Let's read what that verse is talking about. And it says, there is wickedness in the place of judgment, justice. It even affects the legal system. Solomon asks how God's plan can be perfect when there is so much injustice and oppression in the world. And he gave a clear reference in this in chapter 4, verse 1. He concluded that God does not ignore justice, but will bring it to end at his appointed time. And so now let's go to, we're going to skip over verse, because they don't give a clear reference for 17. Let me see, y'all. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I don't want to see. I don't want to leave nothing out. Like, okay, so 17, because this study Bible don't have it. Well, let's read what 17 is talking about, where it says, let me go back, where it says, I said in my heart, God should judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work. And what this verse is talking about, in this world, the perfection of God's purpose is mirrored by injustice and wickedness. But Solomon, and we can be assured that God will in his own time. We did that. The righteous, okay, that's the same thing, verse 16. So now, verse 18, you don't give a clear reference. So let's skip over to 19 where it says, for that which befelleth the son and man befelleth beasts. Even one thing befelleth them, as the one dies, so dies the other. Yea, they all have one breath, so that a man has no preeminence above a bee, for all is vanity. So now he's saying everything is vanity. Like one dies, another dies. This is vanity. Now Solomon's saying all this is vanity. Like what good is this vanity? Let's read what it's talking about. So, and then we're going to read all the way from 19 to 22. Then we're going to read what this verse is talking about. That's 19. Let's go to 20. All go unto one place. All are of the dust, and all turn to the dust again. 21. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goes upward, and the spirit of the beast that goes downward to the earth. 22. Wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his portion. For who shall bring him to see what shall be after him? Now let's read what verse 19 and 22 is talking about. Our bodies can't live forever in their present state. In that sense, mankind and animals are alike. But Solomon acknowledged that God has given people the hope of eternity, and that we will undergo judgment in the next life. And you can read more about this in chapter 12, verse 7, chapter 12, verse 7 and 14. Making us different from animals because man has eternity set in his heart. He has a unique purpose in God's overall plan. Yet we cannot discover God's purpose for our lives by our own effort, but only through building a relationship with Him and seeking His guidance. Are you now using your life as God? Now you're not using your life as God would have you to do. Do you see it as a gift from Him? And so we just read 19 through 22. And so as we were reading this and we studying this and we're learning, like why was what Solomon was talking about, and we're dealing with the seasons of time. For every season, for every season, there's a time to be born, there's a time to heal, a time to kill, there's a time to heal. And so as we reading this, and as I was praying, asking God like which chapter to do, and He gave me chapter 3. And chapter 3 is because right now, as we look at everything that's going on around us, we got hurricanes, there's so much killing. It's just for everything. So right now, this is a time. It's a time of killing. The time of we got hurricanes and tornado. All this stuff is going on, and so right now, I would say we're in the season of losing. We're in the season of we're losing things. When there's hurricanes, some people they're losing their houses and things. And then killing, you're losing some people losing the loved ones over because they're being murdered. All this is going on. And don't think that, okay, well, all this is going on, like, Solomon said, vanity, vanity. But, in due season, God is going to He's going to hold each person accountable. Each person is going to be held accountable for the wrong that they have done. If they have taken another person's life, each person going to be held accountable. And we have to know that this is not our permanent home. This is just temporary. We're just passing through. And so as we are passing through, like right here where we at, this is a dressing up place. We're getting prepared. We're getting dressed. We're putting on the whole garment of righteousness. Is because we want to spend eternity with God. So right here is our dressing up place. We're getting ready to leave. When we leave this place, we're getting ready to leave to go be with the Lord. And we are all going to be, like He said, for long. Everyone is going to be, everyone is going to be judged. You're going to be judged on your good works and your bad works. And I'm just thinking back to this video I did, and it's titled I think it's titled "This Judgment Dream." I think it's Judgment Dream. I think it was titled the Judgment. But anywho, so in the dream that I had, it was like God was showing me in the dream, like, when it's time to be judged. He's like, there's not going to be no certain line. We're all going to be like one line. It's like, it's not going to be a certain line. There's not going to be a certain line for, I'm going to say for this person, for the murderers. Not gonna be, you're all going to be in one line. The way He showed me in the dream, like everybody's going to be like in this one line. You're going to be in this one line and you're going to be judged. You know how when you go in the courtroom and then the judge, they call out the next case. They call out your name. People don't have like certain lines. They call out, okay, this is what, it's not going to be like, okay, a certain courthouse you're going to go to. You're going to go to this courthouse. It's going to be for the murderers. This is going to be one judge. You're going to see one judge, and that's God. So there's not going to be like no different judge that's going to judge you on killing. Different judge that's going to, everybody's going to see that judge. The same judge that the murderer is going to see. The same judge you're going to see. We all going to see the same judge. We all going to be judged by God. He's going to judge each and every one of us on our good and our bad. We all want to be judged. And so that's basically like he showed me, basically how he showed me in a dream. Like people think that you're not going to be, no, we all going to be, you know, all going to be judged. You know, there's not no, you think you're going to get a special room. You're not going to get like no special room, special judgment hall. No, you don't get a special judgment hall. We all going to be judged. So right now, that's why you saying, I don't want to be around that person. I don't want to touch. I don't want that person. We all want. You're gonna be in this line. You're gonna be in this line. So that's the end of this Bible study lesson. I pray that you all got something out of it. You know, the seasons of time, to know that right now, as we're going through the seasons of time, to know that this is a time where we need to draw nigh to God. This is a time where we need to get closer to God like never before. Like we need to just be getting close to Him. You need to be praying, spending time in His Word. Lately, God just having me in His Word. He just having me praying. You know, all this going on. I remember when it last week when it first started with the tornadoes in North Carolina, and I just couldn't sleep. I was just up. He had me up 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I was just reading His Word. And there was this word I kept hearing. I kept hearing this word in my spirit. And when I kept hearing this word in my spirit, it was like reservoir. I think it's a reservoir. And so when I looked up the word, it had something to do with like the water. The water, like, you know, water, lakes and stuff. And I'm looking like, oh my God. And it's like he was showing me like, there are going to be some more. Like, there are going to be some more, like, there's going to be some more like storms and stuff coming. You know, it's like basically I just kept seeing this. And I didn't know. And I went and looked it up. And so he's like, there's going to be, and then was it the other day I looked at the news and I seen that this was something with Florida, Hurricane Milton or something. So we need to be praying. We need to be praying like never before. Get close to God. You get close to God. You get in tune with God. He will, He begin to speak to you. You know, He begin to speak to you and reveal some things to you. You might say, like Solomon. He said all this, like, killing and this and like all this. This is vanity. And so, but when you get in the presence of the Lord, He will begin to, He began to reveal some things to you. Like, you know what? Pray. I need you to pray. Like, I just need you to pray. I need you to get on your knees. I need you to pray. I need you to pray. Pray for these tornadoes. Pray for the storms. Pray for this. Pray for all the rapid, the killing that's taking place. Like, just pray. We need to pray. It's just so much going on. We need to pray. Even pray sincerely for the upcoming election. That's in in a couple of weeks. Pray for the upcoming election. Pray sincerely for the upcoming election. That God, He canceled every hinder agenda, every evil plot that they might be trying to sabotage or anything. Let's just pray. We're gonna pray, bombard heaven, and pray for the upcoming election, and pray for whatever's going on in the world. If you're watching the news, you see stuff, pray. When I be watching the news and I see certain things, I begin to go and pray. I'm like, okay, Lord, let me pray on this. I need to pray on this. We need to pray. When they had a couple of weeks ago, they was talking about the school system, CPS, and I don't have any children that's in CPS, but I have nieces and nephews in CPS. And so I began to bombard heaven. I began to pray, like, Lord, work out something, working out an agreement. So I believe they did come to somewhat agreement where the school can stay open until 2027. So we continue to pray on that. The school system, just pray for United States as a whole. But that's all I have for now. I pray that you all was blessed by this Bible study. Until next time, it's your girl Melissa. God bless.